Green card holders alert. The new 2025 rules that could end your residency. It started with a knock on the door at 5 a.m. A green card holder returning from a family trip, confident, smiling, and unaware that his past would catch up to him before sunrise. Within hours, he was detained at the airport for something that happened 15 years ago, a single mistake he thought was forgotten. In 2025, stories like this are becoming more common. And if you're a permanent resident, what's unfolding right now could quietly put your green card at risk. The new reality for permanent residents. The myth of permanent residency is fading fast. In 2025, the U.S. immigration system has entered a stricter, data-driven era where nearly every aspect of a green card holder's life, from taxes to travel habits, can influence their standing. The focus has shifted from paperwork to behavior. Agencies like USCIS, CBP, and the IRS are working together more closely than ever before, creating a single, interconnected web of information. That means small mistakes once overlooked can now trigger red flags across multiple systems. Extended international travel and re-entry risks. One of the biggest reasons permanent residents lose their status isn't crime, it's travel. Spending long stretches abroad, even with a valid re-entry permit, is being viewed with increased skepticism. CBP officers are asking tougher questions. Where is your real home? Where do you work? Where does your family live? Even multiple short trips can now lead to doubts about your permanent residence intent. The danger lies in being asked to sign Form I-407, voluntarily giving up your green card at the airport. To stay protected, always maintain proof of your ties to the U.S., home ownership, tax records, bank statements, or school enrollment for children. These are no longer just documents, they're your safety net. Social media and public conduct under surveillance. The invisible factor shaping immigration outcomes in 2025 is your digital footprint. Immigration officers are increasingly reviewing public social media profiles during background checks. Posts that appear politically extreme, anti-government, or hostile to U.S. values can influence an officer's judgment about your moral character. This doesn't mean you can't express yourself, but in the immigration context, every public post creates a record. Freedom of speech remains your right, but it now comes with accountability. What you share, like, or comment on can quietly become part of your immigration file. Tax responsibility, the financial red flag. For the first time, USCIS and the IRS are fully aligned. In 2025, unpaid taxes, ignored payment plans, or inconsistent income reporting can directly affect immigration status. Officers now review IRS data during naturalization interviews. If your tax returns don't match what you've reported to USCIS, or if you failed to file for multiple years, it can raise doubts about your integrity. Even a pending balance can cause delays, travel holds, or denials. The message is simple: pay your taxes, set up payment plans, and document every effort to stay compliant. The hidden dangers of traffic violations. Traffic tickets may seem harmless, but USCIS now considers repeated driving offenses a moral character issue. Having 3 or more unpaid or unresolved citations can result in additional scrutiny. Some officers are even requesting driving history records and proof of paid fines during citizenship interviews. In several recent cases, applicants face delays because of speeding tickets that were never resolved. The key takeaway: clear your record, pay your fines, and if necessary, take a defensive driving course to show accountability. Criminal record expungement no longer a shield. Many residents assume that expunging or sealing an old criminal record erases it completely. But in 2025, immigration databases tell a different story. Even sealed or expunged cases are accessible through integrated state and federal databases. USCIS and CBP can now retrieve those records, especially during background checks for naturalization or re-entry screening. If you've had an expunged case, it's crucial to disclose it honestly when asked. Concealment is often seen as deception, a bigger red flag than the record itself. Employment and income transparency. One of the newest areas of immigration scrutiny is employment verification. Officers are comparing W-2 forms, tax filings, and employer letters to ensure that your reported income is consistent. If your USCIS filings show a different salary than your IRS returns, or if you've switched jobs frequently without updating your information, it can create credibility issues. Stable employment is now seen as proof of genuine U.S. residence, and any inconsistency could delay or derail your citizenship journey. The financial character test. Beyond taxes, your overall financial behavior now defines how officers assess your moral character. Large unexplained transactions, unpaid debts, or excessive credit card defaults can raise concerns about integrity and responsibility. Some applicants have been questioned about loans, credit utilization, or sudden wealth transfers that lacked clear documentation. The takeaway: immigration is no longer just about legal status, it's also about financial discipline and honesty. The DUI trap, a silent immigration killer. Driving under the influence remains one of the most damaging offenses for green card holders. Recent USCIS memos show that even a single DUI within the last 5 years can result in citizenship denial. 2 or more DUIs automatically fail the good moral character test. Even older cases from decades ago are resurfacing at ports of entry, causing detentions or inadmissibility reviews. If you have a DUI history, avoid international travel until you've consulted an immigration attorney. The system now treats DUIs as indicators of risk, not isolated mistakes. A new era of accountability. What's emerging in 2025 is a system that no longer forgives small errors. Immigration is shifting from reactive to predictive, meaning agencies don't just respond to violations, they anticipate them. The digital integration between USCIS, CBP, IRS, and local law enforcement has created a web where your data, behavior, and financial habits all tell a single story about your reliability as a resident. In this new reality, your best defense is awareness. Stay proactive, transparent, and compliant in every area of your life, from how you drive to how you file taxes. Permanent residency is now a living status, not a lifetime guarantee. Those who adapt will thrive. Those who ignore the warning signs may face unexpected consequences at the airport, during interviews, or even years later. If you're watching this as a green card holder, remember, your residency is a privilege that must be maintained with consistency, integrity, and caution. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit like, share, and subscribe to Visa Intel USA for real-time updates and expert breakdowns. Thanks for watching. Stay informed. Stay ahead. Remember, awareness is your strongest protection. The more you understand these new risks, the better you can safeguard your permanent status and future in the United States. Don't let small mistakes erase years of